Hey guys, welcome back to Good Enough Photography. Today I'm going to show you how to make this image look like it was taken on like a vintage camera, maybe like 60s, 70s era type photo thingy mabobber. I don't know exactly what era it is, but you know, it's like more like beige-ish photos. Not like complete black and white, but like not complete color either, so I think like 70s. So, this is going to be a pretty easier tutorial, maybe a shorter one too, I don't know yet. How about I stop being around the bush? Well, before we stop being around the bush, actually, just almost forgot to say, don't forget to like and subscribe. Really helps me out. I am a small channel, and, you know, I hope one day, that I could maybe not be a very small channel. But if that doesn't happen, I'll keep posting. Don't mind me. But yeah. So my website's at goodenoughphotography.com. Nuff, N-U-F-F, and yeah, let's just stop being around the bush because I've been doing that for a little bit. So, I have this photo. No clue when I took it, or well, kind of an idea of when. I just don't know where. I kind of forgot. But I like it. You know, it's got that like a lamp up there. It's got those lights over there. It's got those arches. It's very nice, very pretty. So I thought it would look nice vintage. So I'm going to make a duplicate. I always do this. You don't have to. I just like to so I can see the before and after easier. So right now what we want to do, this tutorial is going to include a lot of like adjustment layers and stuff. So open up layer, and we want to scroll down to new adjustment layer. So an adjustment layer is like, well, adjusting the photo, but a layer is just, it's not a separate layer. So we are going to go to, which one was it? Oh my god, I wrote this down, come on. Levels, sorry, it's not an adjustment layer. I am sorry. No, it is an adjustment layer. I am right. There it is, yay. So, we have our levels layer. And so now you're going to see this little complicated doohickey. And you're like, what does this mean? What does this do? What does it mean? I don't really know. What does it do? Yet again, not exactly know. But I do know that if I move it like this, it gets lighter. It's also the opposite this way. So, yeah. So that makes our photo more whitewashed, you know? The more you go, the more white there is. I'm going to keep it around here. You want to bring it up, not too high. I wouldn't leave the gray area on this little bar. You see how there's like black, gray, and then white. I would say like dark gray area. Okay. So now what we want to do though is we want to get our blacks looking deep again. So if we go up here, this little other doohickey, I think it's called a histogram. Maybe, I don't know. Is my math paying off? So if we move it this way, it makes the dark steeper. I mean, the black steeper. And this makes, like, the lights more, lighter. I don't know, I just went, what am I doing? I'm too tired for this. So, we want to bring our blacks up, not too much, just a little bit. And we want to bring this down just a little bit. Not too much. We want to keep some semblance of an image here. We want to keep it still looking more washed out than it was before, but not too awful. So now we're going to need another adjustment layer. So we need a black and white layer. So right now we just want a normal black and white. You can play with the colors over here, but we don't need that. All we want to do is go down to opacity and go to around 40 or so, depending on how you want it, depending on your image, because we want to keep some of that color. We don't want to lose all of our color, because then we would just be making a black and white photo. If you want to do that, you can do that. But I don't want to do that right now, so I am not. So right now we have our, yes, we have our desaturated. Sorry, it took me a while to think of words. Guess what we're going to need another one of? If you guessed it, another adjustment layer. So we go back to adjustment layers and we go to color balance, which is right right above black and white. So for this one, it's kind of preset you in this midtones section right here. I just like to go to shadows first. You could do the midtones part first, but So I'm gonna make red 20. See, it makes our shadows more deep red. And I'm going to make our yellow down here a -30. That's because it's yellow to blue. So if we did normal 30, as I'm going to show you here, it would give me a blue image, but we don't want blue. Maybe you want blue later, but not right now. So now we have this golden-esque image. So we're going to go to midtones, and we're just going to put a -30 in yellow again, and do the same thing for highlights, -30 in yellow. Nope, that's the wrong. Oh my God. -30, yay. Okay, so now this is a very yellow image, and you're like, ooh, that's too yellow. But don't worry, we'll fix that. So now we go down to this little blending mode, or blending mode. Yay! So it's at norm. Why do I keep saying yay? I don't know. So it's at normal right now, and we want to switch it to. That's the wrong one. We want to switch it to lighten. There we go. And so that does kind of take away kind of what we just did. Not all of it though, just some of it. It makes it more, like, subtle. I don't know. I think it's better. Trust me on this one. See? Yeah. Trust. God, I'm tired. So now we need another layer, but this time it's actually not an adjustment layer. We are going to need a new fill layer, and we're going to go to gradient. So for the colors you want here, first actually we need a 45-degree angle. And I'm going to set my scale to 100. But what we want to do here is we want a dark brown and a light brown. Now, you can choose whatever brown you want, but I have some hex codes written down. So you don't have to copy those. You can just do whatever you think looks best. But here's the dark brown I'm going to go with. And I'm going to turn this to 100% opacity because that side's not. And then I'm going to click down here. And yet again, I have another hex code. So, yet again, just choose your own color if you want. I don't care what you do. Play around with your image. I typed that in wrong. There we go. That makes more sense for the colors I'm doing. Okay, so now we have this fun little gradient, and it's covering up everything we have. And we don't want that because we want to see our image, obviously. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to that little blending mode tab area, and we're going to go to, where is it? Come on, there we go, vivid. Am I in the wrong one here? Yeah, sorry, vivid light. Now, that looks insane. You're like, God, that's way too much. Well, now you gotta go to opacity, and I'm gonna do like a 20. Okay, maybe a little more than 20. I'll do like a 25. There we go. You see, that adds kind of like that, I don't want to say like blown out, but you know when you like look at a photo and it's like, I don't know, all I could think of is the word blown out. There's probably a better word. I don't think that's the right word. Oh well. So, if you want, you can go on Google and search up, like, scratches and whatever to put on top of yours. I just don't, I don't personally like that look too much. I feel like you can usually tell, in my opinion, I feel like, yet again, opinion, that you can pretty much tell a lot of times when it's just, like, pasted on top. I don't know, maybe I haven't found the right way to add, like, scratches yet, but we'll see. So, I'm gonna go down to noise, and I'm gonna go down to add noise. And we just want a tiny bit, not a lot, just a tiny bit. I think maybe like a 5, maybe a 6, yeah. We just want a little bit, because old photos tend to have some noise in them. So I'm going to say that, in my opinion, this looks pretty good right now. I'd say that looks pretty vintage. Now, if you want, you can add a vignette. I'm not a huge vignette person. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I never really liked the whole vignette thing. I don't know. I just feel like It doesn't really make the photo look older, it just kind of makes the photo look like you just put a vignette on top of it. Who knows, maybe I'm just making stuff up, but that's just my personal opinion. So, yeah, but I think that looks pretty good. You can add scratches, you can add, like, if you want to make it, like, not funny. If you want to make it, like, detailed, you could probably add, like, a coffee stain or something to make it look like it's, like, been, like, through it. But I'd say this is a pretty good starter for all that stuff. I mean, yeah, I think this looks pretty good. I know this was a simpler tutorial, but I've just been very busy with, like, theater, ACT, school, you know, all that fun stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I'd say this was pretty good. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out my website. Comment if you got this far. I need engagement because I don't post as consistently as I should, and I think YouTube hates me for that. So, yeah, have a great day.